Hi and welcome. Today we'll take a quick tour of the DB Data Manager app, which is a powerful yet easy to use tool that helps users manage data in database tables even without deep SQL knowledge. Let's have a quick look at a few practical examples of when the DB Data Manager app can really shine. For example, master data synchronization, when a customer, product or supplier data is stored in an ERP system and needs to be made available to other systems like a CRM, webshop or logistics application. Or for e-commerce data updates, so if product details such as prices or stock quantities stored in an external database can be updated manually or reviewed directly through the interface. Data correction and cleanup. Operation or data quality teams can manually correct invalid or missing data entries in integrated systems by directly accessing the source tape. Testing and simulation environments. Test team can manually adjust data in staging environments without developer support, speeding up test cycles. Adding, editing or deleting data in external database tables requires SQL knowledge. If a user, an administrator or a group of users needs to manage database table content, they need to own the required skills. Our DB Data Manager app enables the business users and the administrators to add, edit, and delete content in external tables intuitively and securely without the need of SQL knowledge. It is designed for users who may not be the database experts but still need to work with data confidentially. To use the app, you need a working data source connection. This is configured in the Master Data Navigator app, and the connection must be successfully tested. If the connection isn't valid, the tables won't be available to manage. And of course, you need a user who has the appropriate permissions. To add a new table, click the Add button on top left and then choose the data source, confirm the database type, connection type and user. Select the table you want to manage and define a display name and description. Your new tile is now ready to use. Each tile consists of a title, description and the technical table name, an icon indicating whether the table has a parent-child relation, an Actions section to open the table or add a new entry, and a Configuration section with buttons to edit the YAML configuration file, download upload configurations, reset it to the default, and delete the tile itself. The tables can be shown either as tiles or in a classical table view. You can switch between these views using the toggle button. You can also define favorites and toggle between showing all tiles or only your favorite ones. For the column headings and labels, the names of the table columns are used by default. This can be easily customized and changed. The app uses YAML to configure how tables and views are displayed. YAML is simple to read, attention-based, clean and structured, and stored with a .yaml extension. You can edit the YAML directly in our app, download a default version, upload your customized one, or restore to default at any time. The YAML structure consists of general settings, objects where we have table settings, and the screens. So let's see how to change the labels of the overview screen. Therefore, we go to the section Screen Overview Entry. Different labels can be defined for each language. Simply add the abbreviation. Let's define a few labels. Now let's save and see if it worked. You can also change the language now and the labels will be displayed accordingly. Oh, great! I would now like to customize the labels for the new entry dialog. I would also like to have a drop-down menu, so selection for the values in the newsletter field. Let's see how this works. This time we go to the Screen New Entry section and add the labels as shown in the overview. Then we change the type of usage of the newsletter field from text to selection, and add the desired values with type of usage options. Let's see if that worked. Really great, so flexible. Administrator users can manage the access control records within the app. The screen consists of a case-sensitive help section at the top, a table of assigned rights at the bottom, and buttons in between to add entries, which can be done by a 4-step wizard, edit a selected entry, delete entries, and a refresh button. This entry was generated automatically because Libby Barnes created the tile as an administrator. She is also allowed to manage it. Let's add more entries. Reese Frost is a business user and should not be able to see or change the configuration, so the YAML. And in addition, all members of the UMS group DB Data Manager user should be able to see the new tile as well. In the second step, I select the tile that is relevant. This means that rights for database tables can only be assigned if they have been added as tile beforehand. Next, I assign rights to the configuration to say who is allowed to work with the YAML, and then the rights to the data. When I log in as Reese Frost, I see the app. I open it and don't see an access control menu item. I see Libby Barnes tile, but I don't see the configuration area. However, I can work with the data. Another thing I would like to mention in this video is the structured, easy-to-use documentation. The following documentation is available as needed. Concepts to understand how the application works, how-to guides with step-by-step instructions for common tasks, and the reference documentation containing a full list of valid configuration keys, access rights, and behaviors. You may also be using the Map Table Manager app, but note that it serves a different purpose. The DB Data Manager app is for managing external database tables. The Map Table Manager is for managing local internal tables. Use map tables when you have small set of lookup values, you don't want to create external tables, or you need something quickly and flexible within the platform. So to summarize, the DB Data Manager app lets you manage external database content securely and intuitively, as you have seen. You don't need SQL skills to work with real data. Access control and YAML configuration gives you full flexibility, and documentation and in-app guidance support you throughout. Last thing to say is thank you for watching the video and happy data managing.